Hi, dear children. Today we are going to discuss about one important topic in magnetism and matter. In magnetism and matter, we are going to discuss one thing called as hysteresis. What is the name of this? Hysteresis. And we call it as hysteresis loop also. And we call it as BH curve also. Right? BH curve also we call it as hysteresis loop or BH curve. We call with the two names. Let us look at what is this hysteresis loop and BH curve. All right, fine, dear children. Let's get into this, and everybody put the heading hysteresis loop. You are going to put the heading hysteresis loop, hysteresis loop, or just call it as BH curve. Also, BH curve is also fine. Okay, so both of these are fine. All right, fine. So let's look into detailing of this hysteresis loop and BH curve, how it looks. For this, we choose one solenoid, okay? And you guys know what is a solenoid. This is a solenoid I have, okay? This is a solenoid. And inside this solenoid, there will be a material present. We place one material inside this. These are circles, no? So inside this, we place one material like this, okay? And we pass current. We pass current in the solenoid and it passes. As usual, current goes and it passes through this all these turns, okay, and it comes out, current comes out. Now whenever I turn on the current, now this solenoid will produce magnetic intensity or not. Yesterday we have seen magnetic intensity. Magnetic intensity is equal to what? Ni. Swarup, do you remember magnetic intensity is equal to Ni, number of turns per unit length and current? Yes, so this is a magnetic intensity. Now this is solenoid produced. Darshan, yesterday we discussed all this magnetic intensity and all. So that idea you should have. I will be making other videos in the future. You can watch them. So magnetic intensity is Ni. Then afterwards, we discussed something called magnetization. Magnetization means capital M. Okay, magnetization is capital M. So whatever material is there inside this solenoid, that will undergo magnetization or not. And we have seen the definition for magnetization also. So the definition, magnetization is equal to net magnetic dipole moment per unit volume. We have seen that also. All right. So these are the previous things, but today we want to discuss about this hysteresis loop or BH curve. No, our discussion will be in the different direction, but it is with respect to this H and M only. Okay. Now look at this. Now you tell me. Okay, I think I need to get rid of this hysteresis loop heading. No, I wrote it with the normal things. Okay, what was the heading here? Hysteresis loop. Hysteresis loop, or it is also known as BH curve. All right. Now look at this, dear children. First of all, tell me whenever current pass in this solenoid is zero. When the current is zero, magnetic intensity is also zero. When the magnetic intensity is zero, there is no magnetization inside this sample. There is one sample, okay, which is placed inside the solenoid. So magnetic field is zero or not inside this. Now when I increase the current, magnetic intensity will increase. If magnetic intensity is increased, means the magnetization inside this material will increase or not. Therefore there will be some extra magnetic field or not. Sarup, tell me, is first point clear? When current in the solenoid is zero, magnetic intensity is zero, therefore magnetization is also zero. Right on the first point. What is the first point here? Otherwise, let me put it in the graph point, then afterwards you can write all the definitions. Okay, so we put it in the form of a graph. One is like this is a y-axis, and next is like x-axis. So we put it in the form of y-axis and x-axis. On x-axis we call it as H. H means magnetic intensity. On y-axis we call it as M, or we call it as B. M means magnetization, and due to magnetization what comes? Magnetic field comes. So that's why we call it as BH curve, and this BH curve itself is known as a hysteresis loop or hysteresis curve, and it is also known as MH curve also. All right, now look at this point. Now at this point, no, what is the magnetic intensity? Magnetic intensity is zero, therefore magnetization is also zero. Therefore the point is here. Now, if I keep on, now if I'm going like this, mean what does it mean? It means magnetic intensity is increasing or not. If magnetic intensity means number of turns per unit length into current. Now, if this magnetic intensity, if I keep on increasing like this, if I keep on increasing the magnetic intensity, now magnetization will also increase, but will it reach the saturation point? This is a O initial point. I mean, if I keep on increasing the current and number of turns per unit length, whatever sample is there inside this solenoid, no, I mean, it won't get magnetized to infinity. If I keep on increasing like that, so it won't increase up to the infinity. There is a certain level, it will reach up to point A and it will saturate there. Did you understand this? Look at this. Now, what is the first point? When the magnetic intensity is zero, magnetization is also zero. When magnetic intensity is increased, then magnetization will also increase, but after reaching the point A, the magnetization will saturate. Saurabh, is it clear? Darshan, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Now, after that, now for example, you want to decrease the magnetic intensity. That means you have started to decrease the magnetic intensity. Now, how to decrease the magnetic intensity? That's a big question. Decrease the current. If you decrease the current, magnetic intensity will decrease or not. So when you start to decrease the magnetic intensity, don't write anything now. When you start to decrease the magnetic intensity, now this magnetic intensity is reduced. Now at this point, what is the magnetic intensity? Tell me at this point, whatever I have pointed just now, let me call it as B. At the point B, what is the magnetic intensity? Tell me. What is the magnetic intensity? Zero, right? You know how to read the graph, no? I mean, here the magnetic intensity is zero. Even though magnetic intensity is zero, there is some magnetization remaining. Look at this. What will be the coordinates of this? The coordinates of this point will be 0, comma m, no? Or 0, comma b, right? You can call it as 0, comma n or 0, comma b or not. Yes or no? Swarup and Darshan.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So here, even though magnetic intensity is made zero, there will be some magnetic field remaining. So that remaining magnetic field, whatever it is there, no, that is called as Br. This Br is nothing but a retentivity. What is Br? This is called retentivity, retention. Okay, remaining. Okay, even though magnetic intensity is made zero, there will be some magnetic field remaining inside the sample. Inside this sample, no, even though you have made this current zero, then magnetic intensity has become zero. Then also inside that material, some magnetic field will be there, some magnetization will be there. So that remaining magnetic field is called retentivity. Is it clear? Hmm? Tell me,
Yes, sir.
clear
Yes,
or
sir.
not? Okay. Now the how the graph has gone, don't write anything. Once again I'm repeating, from O to A it has gone, again from A to B it has come. Now afterwards, now if the graph is going like this, for example, graph is going like this, mean what does it mean? It means magnetic intensity is going in negative direction, no? Magnetic intensity is going in negative direction, or look at this, magnetic intensity is going in negative direction. How to make the magnetic intensity in negative direction? No need to worry at all. Whatever current is flowing from left to right, no, just pass the current from right to left. Right to left you pass it. Reverse the direction of this current. Like this current is there, no, you make the current in the opposite direction, then magnetic intensity will become negative. Now if you keep on increasing the magnetic intensity, now, after providing some magnet down at this point, C is having negative magnetic intensity or not. Look at this. This is negative magnetic intensity. Now, when you provide this negative magnetic intensity, then now what is the magnetic field at this point? At this point, C magnetic field inside that sample is zero, right? Look at this. What are the coordinates of this? The coordinates of this are like h comma 0, right? H means negative magnet, minus h it becomes the negative magnetic intensity, and magnetic field is zero. Now, whatever you have provided this negative magnetic intensity, to make the remaining magnetic field inside the sample zero, there was some magnetic field remaining here, no? To make that a zero, you have provided this negative magnetic intensity, no? That provided a negative magnetic intensity is called coercivity, and we represent it with Hc. H means magnetic intensity, C means coercivity, so we call it as coercivity. So what is the meaning of coercivity? Coercivity means negative magnetic intensity. Negative magnetic intensity provided to make the remaining magnetic field inside the sample as zero. To make this remaining magnetic field as zero, then we have provided this negative magnetic intensity. That provided a negative magnetic intensity is called coercivity. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I think these things should be very, very clear. Okay, let me rub them off, let me clear it off, and let me do it one more time so that you understand that you are only supposed to tell me now. Okay, I'm not going to write anything. You are only supposed to tell me now. This is which axis? This is y-axis. All right, and this is x-axis. On x-axis, we name it as what we name it as? We name here as H. We name it as H. H means magnetic intensity. Okay, on the y-axis we call it as M or we call it as B. Then afterwards here at point O, the magnetic intensity is also zero, magnetization is also zero. Now when we increase the magnetic intensity, the magnetization will also increase, but at the point A it will saturate. Now after this, when I start to decrease the magnetic intensity and I make the magnetic intensity zero at the point B, okay, there will be some magnetic field remaining. Okay, even though magnetic intensity is made zero, there will be some magnetic field remaining, that is OB. That OB we call it as BR, and that is only known as retentivity. With the diagram you are supposed to write this. That is only known as retentivity. We call it as retentivity. Then after that, to make this remaining magnetic field as zero, we provide negative magnetic intensity. When the negative magnetic intensity provided to make this remaining magnetic field as zero, now let me call this as OC. So that OC is known as HC, and HC means it is called as coercivity. Coercivity. Now afterwards, here again to the point C means here magnetic intensity is also zero and magnetization is also zero. Now if you keep on increasing the magnetic intensity, now at this point after reaching the point D, now again the magnetization, now this is magnetization only but in the negative direction. Now if you keep on increasing the magnetic intensity, the magnetization will also reach the saturation point. Then afterwards, if you keep on decreasing the magnetic intensity, if you keep on decreasing the magnetic intensity and make magnetic intensity as zero, but still some magnetic magnetic retentivity, that is magnetic field is remaining, that is only called as retentivity. Again you have to provide the reverse magnetic intensity to make that remaining magnetic field as zero. Then afterwards it follows this path continuously. Okay, now it has started from O and it has gone to A, then again to B, then again to C, then to D, then to this point E, then to this point F, then it to point A. Now this path A, B, C, D, this is E, no? This one I should call it as E, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, A, B, C, D, E, F, A, B, C, D, E, F. This path keeps on continuing, and this loop do not go back to this point O at all. So it keeps on continuing like this. So this is only known as hysteresis loop. Understood, dear children?
Yes, sir.
And okay, now look at this from O to A to B, B to C. Whatever has happened, same thing will happen from C to D, D to E, E to F, and F to A. Same things. Nothing new. Okay, but it is in the reverse direction. That's it. Okay, so this is only known as what? BH curve. Okay, I hope you have understood this. No, I mean, while explaining this thing, no need to write these things. Whatever are there below this, just to give you idea what were there. I wrote this. While writing answers related to this, you have to write the hysteresis loop and BH curve. You have to draw this diagram, and you have to draw this curve, and you have to name them. For example, here you have taken this one, whatever OB is there, you have to name it as BR. Already I have named it, but still, and here you have to name it as HC. Then afterwards you are supposed to write the explanation. What explanation will you write? The first point, what will you give here? Tell me. When, write down, when current is equal to 0 in solenoid, when current is equal to 0 in solenoid, magnetic intensity is 0, therefore magnetic field is also equal to 0. or this magnetic field and magnetization both are same things. That's why I told you instead of B you can use M, or M and B both are same only. When current is equal to 0 in solenoid, magnetic intensity is 0, therefore magnetic field is also equal to 0. When current is increased, what happens? Magnetic intensity increases, therefore magnetic intensity also magnetization also increases, but reaches the saturation at point A. At point A it will reach the saturation. All right, now magnetic intensity is decreased and magnetic intensity is made into 0, correct? Even though magnetic intensity is equal to 0, there remains some magnetic field inside the sample. There remains some magnetic field inside the sample. That remaining magnetic field is called as what? Retentivity, right? That remaining magnetic field is called retentivity. Next, now reverse magnetic intensity is provided. Now reverse magnetic intensity is provided. Now there is a definition of coercivity here. What is that? Reverse magnetic intensity provided. Reverse magnetic intensity provided to make magnetic field inside the sample as 0 is called what? Coercivity, correct? So you have defined the term retentivity and coercivity. Then afterwards what you are going to write? Point number, I think it is 5 now. Now again H is increased, therefore M increases and reaches saturation at point D, right? This time you have to take the point D or not. Now it reaches a saturation at point D. Now look at this, from C onward. Now O and C are at the equal level. Now everything will repeat from point D onwards. Okay, so that's why I will write it as saturation at D, saturation at point D, and the whole process repeats itself. Correct? Last point is a curve follows the path. What is that path? A, B, C, D, E, F. F is there or not? I think it is there. F, A, B, C, D, E, F, A, and never comes back to point O. I hope you understood all this, Darshan and Swarup. Did you understand all explanation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is very simple. Okay, this document you will get it, but try to understand these concepts. Afterwards you can write them. Now there is a solenoid. Okay, yes, tell me, Swarup, any doubt?
Sir, third point.
Sorry?
Third point.
No, third point, it will come to you. Don't worry. The PDF will come to you. This will be shared to you. No need to worry. First of all, learn the concept. This is a solenoid, and inside this we have kept one sample, and we are providing magnetic intensity, and this sample will undergo magnetization. Now, as we keep on increasing the magnetic intensity, current, no magnetic intensity, no magnetization. As we increase the magnetic intensity, magnetization will increase, but it will saturate at point A. Then again, we decrease the magnetic intensity, and it made it zero, but still there is some magnetic field remaining. That is only known as retentivity. Then again, we provide reverse magnetic intensity to make the remaining magnetic field as zero. That reverse magnetic intensity provided is called coercivity. Then afterwards, we keep on increasing the magnetic intensity in the reverse direction. Magnetization also increases. It reaches a saturation point D. Then again, whole process repeats itself. Then the curve followed is A, B, C, D, E, F, A. And it never comes back to O. This is only known as hysteresis loop. Understood? Clear?
Yes, sir.
So don't worry about these points. These notes you will get. Now tell me what is happening here. Here magnetization and demagnetization of this sample is happening. No, there is some sample inside. No, this sample is there. No, dear children. Now magnetization. I mean, if you are increasing the current, means magnetic intensity is increasing, and it is undergoing magnetization. It is becoming a magnet. So that means magnetization is happening. And when you decreasing the current, magnetization inside this becoming small, and sometimes it is becoming zero also when we provide reverse magnetic intensity. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to do magnetization and demagnetization of this sample or not? Yes? Tell me. Tell me, dear children, what we are trying to do? We are trying to do magnetization and demagnetization of the sample or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means where this magnetization and demagnetization keeps on happening. Have you heard the term electromagnets? In electromagnets, that magnetization and demagnetization keeps on happening, no, in electromagnets. Yes or no? For example, have you seen the electric bell in your colleges, schools, and all? Electric bell, and in that, whenever the button is pressed, no, current will be passed to that, and it will be converted into magnet, that is magnetized. When the switch is off, means current will turn off, and that will demagnetize, and that will become a normal material or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So in electric bell, electromagnet means immediately it has to become magnet like structure, and immediately it should become non-magnet like structure. That means, tell me, this electromagnetic means very simple. How to make electromagnet? So if they ask you how to make electromagnet, how to make electromagnet, it's very simple. Electro means something related to electron, that is like a current. How to make electromagnet, if they ask you, it's very simple. Take one solenoid. Okay, inside that, place one proper sample. Okay, I mean, usually ferromagnetic material, these are called as ferromagnetic material. Okay, keep one sample of your choice. Usually we keep ferromagnetic material, and pass the current. When you pass the current, so this material, whatever it is there, so again turn off the current and take it out. Even though you turn off the current and made magnetic intensity zero, there will be some magnetic field, magnetization remaining, this, no. Now take it out, and what it has become? It has become electromagnet now. Yes or no, dear children? Tell me, it has become electromagnet or not? Why it has become electromagnet? Because some magnetization is remaining or not? Some magnetic field is remaining inside this or not? That is only known as retentivity, no? Tell me.
Sir.
So what I mean, now this should have more magnetization inside it or less magnetization inside it? It should be having more magnetization inside it, no? So what is the first property of electromagnet? The electromagnet means it should have high retentivity or low retentivity? It should have high retentivity, no? Yes or no? Even though I made this current as zero, means there should be some magnetic field remaining inside this sample. If some magnetic field is remaining inside this sample, means now that will be a good electromagnet. Inside this sample, some magnetic field will be remaining, and that can be used as a magnet. We used to play in our childhood and all with all those magnets. No, they are not natural magnets. They are electromagnets. Okay, they are like iron pieces made into electromagnets and sold in the market. They are electromagnets. Some magnetization is remaining inside them. Understood? They should have high retentivity, no?
Sir.
Tell me. Now, okay. Now this magnet has come outside. Now this is electromagnet. Some magnetic field or some magnetization is inside it. Now, how to demagnetize it? Now, if I provide reverse magnetic intensity, again, if I place it inside a solenoid and provide some ulta current, reverse current, if I provide current like this will be demagnetized and it will become a normal material or not? Hmm? Tell me. Tell me, dear
Sir.
children. So it will become a normal material. Now tell me, now this electromagnet, whatever I have prepared, immediately it has to become the normal material or lately it has to become normal material. That means the more reverse magnetic intensity I should provide or very less magnetic intensity I should provide. I should provide more reverse magnetic intensity, no? So that means it should have high coercivity or low coercivity. It should have high coercivity, no? Then only it becomes a good electromagnet or not. So what it should have, dear children? It should have high coercivity or not? Hmm? Tell me. Electromagnet should have high coercivity or not?
Sir.
Mhm. So it, I mean, if high coercivity is there, so it is very difficult to demagnetize it. High coercivity means very difficult to demagnetize. Demagnetize. Okay, it becomes very difficult for us to demagnetize because we have to provide very high reverse magnetic intensity. That's why its electromagnet should have high coercivity. Clear? Hmm?
Yes, sir.
High retentivity means it is clear. High retentivity means what? High retentivity means, I mean, even though magnetic intensity is made zero, there will be some magnetic field remaining inside that. So that's why it is called as high retentivity. And why it is called high coercivity? Because it should be very difficult for us to demagnetize it. So that's why it should have high coercivity. Now, there is a third point. It should have high permeability or not. It should allow the magnetic field lines to pass through it or not. So will it have high permeability, dear children? So it should have high permeability also. Yes or no? Then only whatever sample is placed inside this solenoid, there will be some sample space, no? So it will produce magnetic field along the axis of the solenoid. So this whatever sample is there inside the solenoid, so this should allow the magnetic field lines to pass through it. Then only it will get magnetized, no? So this should have high permeability or not? Hmm? Tell me. Tell me, dear children, it should have high permeability or not?
Yes, sir.
Darshan and Swaroop? Yeah. Okay, fine.
Yes,
So
sir.
it should have high permeability. Okay, all right. Next, one more thing. Now, as I keep on increasing this magnetic intensity, it should go up to this level, or I mean, if there is a chance, it should go to up this to this level. Now, one material is going up to this level, another material is going up to this level. Now, tell me, which one is having a property of becoming a good electromagnet? Now, which will go up to A dash is having more capability of becoming a good electromagnet? No, because it can go up to this. Now it is having high saturation of magnetization. It can reach up to this. Then afterwards, after reaching here, it will come back like this only. No, it will come back like this, and there will be some more magnetic field remaining inside this. No, that means it should have this point is called saturation point. No, good electromagnetic means it should have high level of saturation of magnetization. This whatever magnetization is happening, no, that saturation point should be high. It should not be low. If it is here means it will come back immediately and very less magnetic field. If the saturation of magnetization is here, it will come back immediately and it will have very low I mean retentivity. I mean very less magnetic field will be remaining. Look at this. I mean the saturation of magnetization, these points are called saturation of magnetization. This should be very high. So that's why what is the fourth property? The fourth property is like it should have high saturation of magnetization. What it should have? High saturation of magnetization. Clear? High saturation of magnetization. Clear, dear children? High
Yes,
saturation
sir.
of magnetization. Clear? So these are the 4 points which you should know. And one more thing, there is a difference between electromagnet and permanent magnet. Okay, electromagnet and permanent magnet. One thing we missed here, that permanent magnet means whatever permanent magnet means, once it is taken out of the solenoid means, once it is taken out of the solenoid means it should not be demagnetized. That's why this permanent magnet means it should have high coercivity. Okay, I'm sorry for that point. Permanent magnet means it should have high coercivity. Okay, now electromagnet, what do you mean by electromagnet? Electromagnet means on turning on the current, it should become a magnet. On turning of the current, it should become demagnetized, no? So that means immediately after turning of the current, no? Immediately turning off the current means magnetic intensity is made zero means now so there will be definitely some magnetic field will be remaining and this coercivity will be low for that electromagnet or not. I mean, look at this. Permanent magnet means reverse magnetic intensity we should provide more. That is understood for permanent magnet. For electromagnet, by providing little bit of reverse magnetic intensity, magnetic field should become zero and it should become normal material or not, dear children. Yes or no? Because in the bell, electric bells and all, we want a quick action or late action. Quick action we need, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So that's why electromagnet means it should have less coercivity. Try to understand this. Okay? Electromagnetic means what it should have? It should have less coercivity. It should have less coercivity. Other things are same. Less coercivity it should have, but permanent magnet means it should have high coercivity. Okay? So we're writing the properties of this electromagnets, no? So these properties, whatever I have written, so these are the properties of permanent magnet. It should have high retentivity and it should have a high coercivity. These are permanent magnet. Okay? Permanent magnet means which is taken out of the solenoid means it is permanently it has become a magnet like structure. High retentivity, high coercivity, and high permeability and high saturation of magnetization. These are permanent magnet. Now, if you come to electromagnetic properties, electromagnetic property first point is same. It should have what is that? A high retentivity, and afterwards the second one is like low coercivity. You should write low coercivity. Try to get this point. And third point is same and fourth point is same. Is this understood, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I hope the hysteresis and properties of electromagnet and permanent magnet is very clear in your mind. Yes, dear children?
Sir.
Okay, only two have joined. That's good. I mean, I don't want other people to join because they'll get confused. Okay. So do you want this document, dear children? You want this document to be sent to you? Hmm?
Sir.
Yes or no? Okay, this document will be sent to you and you, I mean, write all the detailing and you learn this, whatever I have told, no? So you learn these properties about hysteresis and write all the points so that you become clear in that. All right. Clear or not?
Sir.
Now, did you understand in online class? Everything is understood or not? Hmm?
Understood.
Understood. No, simple. I mean, we can, I mean, go on with these online classes also. These are very simple. Just listen to that and afterwards write it. Then go through that. Now, Darshan, just asking, okay? Don't feel anything. Online is good or offline is good?
Both are good, sir.
Both are good. Okay. So you explain everything and we send the files also. Okay. And you write
Okay.
this much, and in the next class we'll see other things. I think only, I mean, now types of materials: paramagnetic, diamagnetic, paramagnetic, and ferromagnetic materials are remaining. If I complete that, then magnetism and matter will be clear. I think it will be done tomorrow. Right, dear children?
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine then. Thank you very much for joining the class. Have a good day and bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, Swaroop. Bye, Swaroop. Bye.